India-US comprehensive global strategic partnership defining moment of 21st century in backdrop of human activities induced climate change led ecological collapse or anthropogenic accelerated sixth mass extinction or severe crisis of climate refugee pandemic propelled Ukrainian crisis catalyzed fragile economic state disruption, weaponization of global supply chains, radicalization, extremism, terrorism, clash of civilizations in integrated, interdependent, globalized world order. Industrial Revolution 4.0 demonstrative prowess of disruptive next generation critical and emerging technologies that threatening to take away authority of decision making from our conscious, compassionate, capable to decide, capable to collaborate at large scale, are species Homo sapiens. Expensist unilateral actions violating nation sovereignty and their territorial integrity severe threat to rule-based world order that can be reformed, make more responsive or representative, reinvigorated, but disruption pushed the entire established world order towards uncertainty, unpredictability, and chaos that are neither desirable nor ideal. Reformed, reinvigorated, representative, inclusive, transparent, and strengthened multilateral system need of art to address global challenge in effective and efficient way. This is the backdrop of 21st century when US and India's strategic partnership going to become a defining moment. Now, comparative analysis or study brings in depth and comprehensive understanding and emotional appreciation for shared historical heritage to futuristic vision. Shared values and vision underpins strategic partnership as United States of America, world's first republican democracy or first federal republic democracy of world in modern age that accomplished its liberation from colonial British rule after historic struggle or epic struggle known as American War of Independence or American Revolution. Whereas India, a civilization transformed state nation or nation state that realized herself in self-determination while leading whole wave of anti-colonial struggle. Indian freedom struggle's culmination, cherished goal, India's freedom, tryst with destiny, regarded as Third Republican Revolution after American Revolution and French Revolution, where former established first modern federal republican democracy and later heralded a new era of world history with historic vision of liberty, equality, and fraternity. India's freedom was path-breaking, exemplary template for struggle against colonial exploitation, apartheid, and oppression, and their integration after liberation from colonial rule on representative, participative polity, cohesive, interdependent social order, inclusive and shared prosperity. International movements cherished ideals, institutionalized form, making of our constitution, our founding moment, cornerstone of our nation, is inspiring for nations' integration. International movements, unique way to resist colonial exploitation, racism, communalism, and oppressive rule with non-violent satyagraha or with civilized way. Inspiration even for United States of America's civil rights movement. This is umbilical cord that inspired Martin Luther King Jr. to adopt, assimilate, father of a nation, Mahatma Gandhi's ideal way to resist against injustice. For African American people's dignity in US, Martin Luther King Jr. declared their visit to India as pilgrimage, and Obama, former US president, expressed their gratitude for Gandhi's unique way, civilized way to transform humanity with humane way, receiving a Nobel for peace. Pluralistic, secular, liberal, democratic order. A democratic foundation founded on rule of law, individuals' dignity, and nations' unity and territorial integrity. United States of America and its historic Atlantic Charter, the spirit of the founding of the United Nations organization. After the civilizational crisis, world wars, wreckage, ravaged entire world in general and Europe in particular. And India as founding chartered member of UN even under colonial rule reflects vision and spirit of collaboration, rule-based world order. From India's first Prime Minister, architect of modern India, Jawaharlal Nehru, to current Prime Minister of the Republic of India, Narendra Modi. Narendra Modi's historic address of joint session of United States Congress on June 23rd, 2023. The responsive factors that fermented deepen the partnership between world's oldest and largest, vibrant, exemplary, inclusive democracies, mutual trust, shared values and vision, mutually resonates the Indo-US relationship or multidimensional Indo-US relationship. The dimension of defense and comprehensive national security. In this context, Indo-US, with the world's largest and third largest defense expenditure, respectively. In this context, India and United States of America, with the world's largest and third largest defense expenditure, respectively, signed four foundational agreements, for example, including Troika of Foundational Pacts, BECA, Basic Exchange and Cooperation Agreement, LIMOA, the Logistics Exchange Memorandum of Agreement, CUMCASA, communication, compatibility, and security agreement, and general security of military information. In technological sphere, United States of America and the United States of America's Atom for Peace initiative assisted India's nuclear program for its creative purposes, betterment of humanity. US-India civil nuclear deal recognized India's reliability, credible, reliable, credible, and a responsive nuclear state stature. Even when India not signed the Non-Proliferation Treaty. Now, India-USA initiative on critical and emerging technologies, backbone of Industrial Revolution 4.0, commercial deal between General Electric and Hindustan Aeronautical Limited for joint production of General Electric F414 jet engines in India to thrust propelled India's indigenous ambitious fighter aircraft Tejas Mk2. Gigantic Boeing C-17 Globemaster III aircraft, AH-64 Apache, world's advanced multi-role combat helicopter, CH-47 Chinook twin-engine flying machine with massive airlifting capabilities, leased US Guardian drones to procurement of General Atomics MQ-9B armed high-altitude long-endurance UAV. These technological prowess enhancing India's demonstrative concrete capabilities to defend its frontiers and responsive, reliable first responder in any crisis in any corner of the world, as from evacuation operations to humanitarian relief operations. India's initiatives, International Solar Alliance, Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure for Resilient Island States, now propelling global people's movement mission life. Mission life sessions, mindful and deliberate harnessing of nature's blessings instead of mindless and destructive exploitation of natural resources. These initiatives and its integration with Group 7's initiative of Build Back Better World, an affirmative initiative for meeting or addressing the tremendous infra needs of low and middle income countries. In backdrop of China's initiative, Belt and Road Initiative, and Indian vision, Asia-Africa Growth Corridor, can transform Africa into a continent of hope in 21st century. World's largest economy and fifth largest economy and aspiring to embrace third largest economic stature and intensifying collaboration that forms as 2 plus 2 dialogue, Quad initiative, I2, U2, Quad in Middle East, where India, Israel, United States of America, and UAE collaborate to enhance their, their mutual capabilities for the betterment of humankind and sustainable peace and stability in the region of Middle East in geopolitical terms and Western Asia in geographical terms. These initiatives or engagement at various forms can enhance cooperation, collaboration, and catalyze collective efforts to reform, reinvigorate United Nations and its chartered mandate to establish peace and security collectively. India's democratic foreign policy and its spirit engage each and every country to keep alive hope of discussion and diplomacy to resolve issues peacefully is inspiring, exemplary to follow. It is to be noted that this era is not of war, and India's influential presence on various forms and organizations like Quad and Shanghai Cooperation Organization, from BIMSTEC to BRICS, from G7 to influential voice of global South, is an asset to harness diplomacy to resolve disputes amicably, peacefully, mutual satisfaction. India's G20 presidency and its theme, One Earth, One Family, One Future, and its agenda, ambitious, decisive, action oriented, is critical for transforming our world. Agenda 2030 and its 17 sustainable goals, as these goals are integral, indivisible, inseparable, means vulnerability at one considered or can shatter the entire vision of sustainable development in backdrop of climate change that threatening even existence of our breathing, living blue planet. Sustainable Development Goals, Goal 17, partnership is the cornerstone, critical, pivotal for sustainable development's realization, transform our world's dreams realization, and partnership built on trust. India's cordial one-seal policy principles, five principles of foreign policy, non-alignment movement based on free foreign policy, strategic autonomy, policy of impartiality reflected in Korean crisis in its full swing that creates cordial, conducive foundation for Indo-US relationships. Mutualism, symbiosis, not symbolism, is the cornerstone of long-term sustained partnership. Credibility to stand with each other in crisis is essential for defining moment or is essential for make defining moment in 21st century partnership. This is the base pair analysis of Indo-US democratic, diplomatic, strategic partnerships DNA. Partnership also ought to be value-based, not mere nurtured from convergence of self-interests to become defining moment of 21st century, century of knowledge, century that decides determined future of our blue planet with its decisive steps to nurture or protect Mother Nature. with diplomacy, democracy, and decisive initiatives aims to individuals' dignity, nation's unity, and territorial integrity of environment, ecology, and shared prosperity.